Guys, living in the past was completely destroying my present and future because I kept replaying these moments over and over again in my head. Things I felt guilty about, things I regretted, and it took away time from a lot of things that mattered the most, like my studies or my friendships, because my friends were always there for them, but I wasn't there for them, and I was really toxic to them even though they treated me so right. And a lot of moments have led up to this. A lot of boys and girls I spoke to online were always there for me. Whenever I texted them, they'd reply pretty fast and ask me how my day was going, but I wasn't really there for them, and I used to lie to them a lot when they asked me what I was doing, and in turn I made their mental health much worse because I was a really toxic friend to them, and they didn't cut me off. Thankfully, I was honest with them in the end and they forgave me. But I just keep replaying these moments thinking, oh, why did I do this? I wish I could go back in time and change it, but I can't. Even the tiniest things, the most stupidest things I've done, I just replay over and over, and it's taken up a lot of time in my life. Friends I speak to on call, when I should be asking them, hi, how's your day going? Tell me about your life. Tell me how it was growing up here. No, I don't ask them any of that. The whole thing that goes in my mind is this guilt, just replaying it over, trying to change it. And sometimes I do tell myself I need to move on, but when these thoughts just keep popping up in my head, when I don't make them pop up, it's just hard to ignore sometimes, thinking that's not me. I'm a much better person than that. How did I even do that in the first place? But it came to a point one day where I need to just change. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm not getting my studies done. I'm not making any networks at university. I haven't made any friends because of this. I need to actually just try clear all these thoughts out of my brain and just try focus on what matters the most, because that's what's the most important thing, guys. And what I started to do was I started to journal about things I was stressed about. Whenever I get a thought pop up in my head which I haven't really dealt with, I'd write it down on a Word document and I just say everything about it. Oh, this is the thought I got. How did I deal with it? I'm never gonna do this action again. And I was like, once I've dealt with it, that's good, done. The thought is over. I don't need to journal it with it again. I've dealt with it. And if the thought pops up in my mind again, I'm gonna completely ignore it because it doesn't matter. I've already dealt with this, and I'm just gonna focus on what matters most. I'm gonna start playing football, doing all these amazing activities, and that's really helped me a lot. Trying to exercise, journal, and always remembering that what's in the present, what matters the most. Because if I keep thinking these thoughts, I'm gonna end up like a loser in the future. I'm not gonna have done the things that I wanted to do in my life, and doing the things I want to do is gonna make me really happy. Guys, just remember, what you did in the past doesn't define you. I look at it like this: all the thoughts you had in the past of the actions that you feel guilty about, that wasn't you. That was a completely different person, and with the knowledge you have back then, you're always going to do that specific action. But the main thing is, once you've learned from it completely and you're 100% positive you'll never do that bad action again, you can move on with your life. And if the thought pops up in your mind, just completely ignore it. You don't need to give it any attention. And guys, just remember, if you keep letting the past eat you, it's going to destroy your future. I promise you that. Remember, just stay strong as possible. Comment down below if you want to share your experiences, and I'll try to give you some advice, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching.